Hey, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome back. In this lecture, we are going to cover the role of the OSI model in cybersecurity. What is OSI model and why it is important? The OSI model or the OSI are open systems interconnection. So the O is open, S main systems, and I interconnections. Model is a fundamental concept in the field of networking and cybersecurity. So it's very fundamental concept in networking and also in cybersecurity. The OSI model provide 7 layers. So it provides 7 layers framework for understanding, designing, and troubleshooting. First of all, understanding how the system, like the architecture of a system, of a network, designing, also have a big picture, a design for a system or for a network, and also troubleshooting. If anything happen, how to troubleshoot, make it easier to troubleshoot. So troubleshooting digital communication systems. Each layer represents a specific function. So each of each of one of those layers has a specific function, has a specific function, ensuring seamless communication across devices and networks. In cybersecurity, the OSI model is responsible for identifying vulnerabilities. So it's make it easier to identify vulnerabilities, implementing protection. It's also easy to implement protection, also a prevention and understanding cyber threat. So it also a good framework that allow us to understand better cyber threat or malicious attack. The 7 layers of the OSI model are open systems interconnection model are the first one is physical layer. So we have a physical layer first. What is a physical layer? This layer deal with the physical connection between devices. So it means cable. So when you hear physical, it's physical, something we can touch, right? Something that has form, that has that's we can touch. Yeah. So we have cables, switches, hardware. Yeah. So those are you know some example of physical layer stuff. So in any part of the device, right? Anything that can be that can use a connection rule, right? Cybersecurity measure at this layer focus on safeguarding physical infrastructure, right? Cybersecurity measures at this layer focus on what? On safeguarding those physical infrastructure, preventing unauthorized access and ensuring the integrity of hardware device. So this is what this layer is about. Safeguarding physical infrastructure, as we mentioned, some like cables, switches, hardware, preventing unauthorized access. So we gotta make sure that um, whoever is getting access to has a right to do so, right? So all only access, only authorized user or authorized person, and ensuring the integrity of hardware devices. So we must ensure the integrity also of the hardware devices. So the second layer is it's called data link layer. So data link layer ensure reliable data transfer across the physical network. It includes protocols like Ethernet and Wi-Fi, right? So in data link layer, we are talking about Ethernet and Wi-Fi. For instance, cybersecurity concerns more involve protecting against attack such as MAC address spoofing and ensuring secure wireless connection. So yeah, this is what detailing about. It's about protecting uh, our network, for example, Ethernet and Wi-Fi, by you know protecting any attack, any MAC address spoofing attack that we cover in the past lecture, and also ensuring a secure wireless communication. Like using a secure tunnel or a secure um, protocol. Yeah. So the third one is network layer. The network layer is responsible of routing and forwarding data packet. Protocols like IP operate at this level. So network layer, we have IP address there. So this IP address operate at this level. Cybersecurity solutions include firewalls. So for this for network layer, cybersecurity measures are having a very good or very or a well-designed firewall in order to control traffic, intrusion detection system, or IPS, implementing secure routing protocol to prevent attack like IP spoofing, what we saw, and denial of service, DDoS, right? Or DOS, yeah. Denial of service attack or DDoS, yeah. So the fourth one is transport layer. What is a transport layer? This layer ensures the reliable delivery of data between applications using protocols like TCP and UDP. Cybersecurity strategies include encryption, very, very, very important. So for transport layer, like when you talk about transport, is sending something like something from that move from point A to point B, right? Let's say a sender send an email that should be received by a receiver, right? So the trajectory that our data will take or this email will take, like from the sender point to receiver point, we have to protect the data through that traffic, right? So this is where we come with um, measure like encryption, right? The data should not be readable for anyone who is in between the sender or receiver, right? Authentication, like having or checksum, for example, like a digital number that can um, uh, allow us that can allow us to see if the data is altered or if data is the original one or if the data has not been verified. So, and protecting against session hijacking or port scanning. So, this is what we call transfer layer. And we have fifth one, session layer. Session layer establishes, manages, and terminate communication sessions. Secure measures include encryption. So we have also encryption in this layer, monitoring to prevent unauthorized session access or hijacking. Right. So we have a presentation layer. The presentation layer translate data format, ensuring capacity between systems. Encryption and encoding are crucial aspect of cybersecurity at this layer, preventing data breaches, yeah, and also unauthorized access. That's what we call presentation layer. And the last one we have application layer. The topmost layer interact directly with end user and application. It includes a protocol like HTTP or FTP and DNS. Cybersecurity measures include securing web application. So for application layer, the cybersecurity recommend us to use, even here like encryption or use a secure version of HTTP, like encrypted version, of HTTP, which is HTTPS, in order to keep ourselves safe. Yeah. So now let's talk about vulnerability identification with OSI model. Each layer, each layer, with uh, among those seven that we saw earlier, from physical until the end, OSI model represent potential entry point of cybersecurity threat. For example, at physical layer, why all those layers are important. That's a good example to see, right? So, at the level of physical layer, attacker may attempt hardware tampering or cable tampering, right? Or cable tipping. So, this is a good example, right? And at the application layer, threat like ransomware or phishing dominate. Yeah, that's good. Like a phishing, you will be receiving some some crazy email, and let's say a fake website for your bank, or a fake website of U.S. Post Office. If you don't have any idea or you don't have any knowledge about phishing, you may be a victim, right? So this happened in physical life, in application life. This is what we have. Oh, I'm sorry, we had a disruption. Yeah. So application layer, yeah. So this is why we recommend always to use encryption, and also always when you want to browse to a website, make sure the browser use a encryption method, like HTTPS protocol, or any encryption technology like TLS. Yeah. So as a conclusion, OSI model basically divide our network or our system into 7 layers. So it make it easier to troubleshoot our network or our system. It it's good to have a better recovery plan, and also it's good to see to have the easier monitoring for our system. So it makes the job easy for us, and also it also help us to keep ourselves safe, safe, and safe again. Thank you for watching.